I used to have a neighbor named Dingus McGee. Now, if you look all the way down there, you'll see the sign says Dingus McGee, population 1+. Well, he was my neighbor for many years. So one night we went down there, and I think, you know, my memory's starting to fade too. I think that's how I met John. Now, Dingus was a used car salesman. In fact, he and I and some other guys started a restaurant called Dingus McGee Steak and Stew, which is still in existence. But I think the way we met, Dingus was very famous down at the Interlude. He would get down there every weekend on Friday and Saturday night. And every lady that either was getting divorced or broke up with her boyfriend, Dingus was there to console her. So we lived next door to each other, the same complex, had a common patio. There was a hot tub in front of my portion with a refrigerator full of booze. And I used to sleep on the second floor, you know. And about 2:30 in the morning, you know, when the bar closed, you'd hear this noise waking up from my hot tub. Dingus was home. And the conversation would sort of go with, what do you mean you're not going to sleep with me? Who do you sleep with, your enemies? And then his second famous line was, what do you mean you're not going to take your clothes off? How'd you come on this world with your clothes on? But anyways, that's how I met John that night. Now we'll give this over to his son, Philip.
Family's here. My daughters are here. So, one of the guests here came up to me and said, you have such beautiful daughters. I hope they don't get corrupted at Larry's place. So where to start with G-rated stories about Dad? Well, I think you've heard that he met my mom in England, and then they moved here, and it was sponsored. His green card sponsor is Bruce Rappel, who's in the back over there. Raise your hand, Bruce. Bruce signed papers. Bruce signed papers to be financially responsible for Dad. I think you're still on the hook, aren't you? I think so. So he's the reason that Dad ended up out of the United Kingdom and Canada and here in the U.S. So a big thank you to Bruce. Made a big difference in my life. So those who know Dad know that he's been true to his Canadian roots, and we spent the summers going up to the summer cottage in Manaki. My dear friend Travis is here. We spent many summers with Dad. He actually bought a clip-on earring so he could wear it tonight to torture Dad, because that's what he did when we were in high school, just to turn Dad's crank a little bit. But Dad, what is Dad like from my perspective? Dad has been an extremely patient father. I remember the first time I crashed his car, and it wasn't the last time I crashed a car, but the first time I just dimpled it, and it was just because I wasn't a good driver. And I brought it home, I was sweating bullets, and it was a nice big Thunderbird, and Dad said, oh, no big deal, it's just stuff. And so I've tried to remember that for my own kids, and I'm maybe not as good as Dad, but Dad is an extremely kind and gentle person who gets unruffled by life, I think. So to me, that's been a great gift that you've given. And the many other gifts that he's given to my sister Faye. Where's Faye? There's Faye, with her family and Will. So I think the gifts that he's given to us is learning to appreciate life. And Dad, you're still appreciating life. We love you very much. And before I close with a toast to Dad, I want to thank the host with the most, Larry Cassidy. Yeah. I've had many happy times here and at those other places we've heard about. Thank you, Larry. So finally, I'd like to just everybody raise your glass if there's anything in it, even if there isn't, just pretend. Faye, would you like to say a few words? Okay. Before she'll get the final toast.
Okay. So I hear these stories about my dad, how he just loves women, and and being his only daughter. He took that from a different angle with me. He told me everything I needed to know to be able to survive on my own. Just from a little girl, he said, you're skiing, so if you're skiing and you get caught in an avalanche, do you know what to do? And when you spit, you know which way the spit goes. And that guy over there, don't talk to him. And he would tell me all of the things I needed to know. We would go out, he said, well, if you're going to enjoy the outdoors, you should learn how to dig a cave in the snow and sleep in it. So he treated his own daughter differently and taught me how to be a strong person and a woman, and I appreciate all of that and all the gifts he's given, and the calm way he has about him. Just like my brother said, when we made a mistake, he always said, you gotta expect some losses in a big operation. So when things happen in life,